So 78% of people are saying, I'm out of this market. I do not want anything to do with it. And they are going to either sit on the sidelines or just, not buy a house. My name is Orlando and welcome to my channel, guys. This housing market is getting crazier and crazier and crazier, guys. I am here to give you the information that you need so that you can make the best decision that you possibly can. 78% of Americans say that they're pulling back from the housing market due to higher interest rates. Now, if you haven't been following my videos, let me kind of give you a little summary of what's kind of going on with the housing market. Well, we currently have ridiculous inflation that is going to continue to go up and is probably already higher than the 8.5% that we're currently at today, at least based on those numbers. When the new numbers come up, I expect them to be up higher than that 8.5%. And you can see that in gas continuing to go up and up and up. I think I just saw a gas map where in some places in California, gas was up almost to $7 per gallon, guys. If it's that high, we are walking. But gas is super high. Well, that is caused by inflation. All of the money that the government printed out, all of this spending that's just been spending, and all of this, money that the government, like I just said, printed, and it's caused inflation to come up. Well, to fight inflation, you have to raise interest rates. And that is currently what's going on in the housing market. Interest rates are going up and up. And what does that cause? That causes individuals to have less buying power. And no one wants to go in and buy a house when you could have bought it at 3%. And now we're almost at 6%, guys. So with that being said, individuals are saying, you know what? I don't want any parts of this. I don't want any parts of this. Why go ahead and bankrupt myself to buy an overpriced home right now when I could just wait till the prices come down, where sellers will be forced to price cut because there's no one buying. If there's no one to buy these houses, guys, then prices will have to drop. Either the person who's selling the home will have to just take the home off the market, or they will have to price cut the house so that they can sell it and move on to do what they have to do. Maybe they're forced to moving by doing XYZ, a new job, whatever it may be. But if they have to sell, they have to bring it down to what the market is willing to pay, guys. And that's what 78% of people are doing. They're saying, no way. Higher mortgage rates have already changed Americans' behavior as people are rethinking their housing goals by pulling back from applying for home loans and even shopping for homes, according to recent Forbes advisory survey. Most respondents, 85%, say that they expect mortgage rates to continue to increase for the next several months, up to 2 years. Already, rates have climbed above 5% in the recent weeks, the highest point in more than a decade, far above the 3% average the same time last year for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. Now, we just went over this, and yes, with rates continuing to go up, guys, now we have 4 more rate increases, guys. And with each of those rate increases, I believe it's going to be a 0.50% interest rate hike, which will still continue to rise and rise up that interest rate. Now, who wants to buy a home when interest rates are still creeping up higher and higher? And then also, too, you have a predicament called a recession. A recession hits and values go down, and now you're stuck upside down in a high interest rate loan and the value has decreased. No thank you. I don't want to be any parts of that. And that's what 78% of Americans are saying. They're saying, I don't even want to even jump into that. I've seen this somewhere. Where has this happened? It didn't happen exactly like this, but I remember something like this happening. And where did that happen? Oh, the last recession and the recession before that. You guys have to really look at the history, because once again, if you look at what happened in the past, you can determine what to do right now or what's going to happen in the future. Now, it's not exactly, guys. I know people in my comments say, Orlando, it's not exactly. You're so wrong on that. The 2008 financial crisis, it happened because bad banks did loans. And I understand that. I know exactly what happened in the 2008 financial crisis. I understand that. I understand what happened during that recession. The increase in rates caused 34% of respondents to pause looking for a home and 32% from applying for a mortgage. That's not crazy. I totally understand that. Here's how higher interest rates are affecting Americans when it comes to housing and where they think rates are headed based on recent surveys. Okay, now, if you take a look at this, guys, this is pretty interesting stuff as far as just straight data and polls. Okay, it says 42% of respondents would stop applying for a mortgage when rates exceed 4%. Now, we see 42% of people at 4 to 5. We're already there, right? And then you have 27% say that that's when they'll stop applying. We're like right there. Let me see. Let me show you guys. Right now, we're currently, as I'm doing this video, we're at 5.878% for a 30-year fixed mortgage, guys. That is so close to 6%. We're right there. So we got 27% of people that are going to drop off and say, that's it. That's it for me. I'm not doing it anymore. And then we have people at 8% that said 8% or more, and they would drop off. 14% of those people. Likewise, 33% of respondents said they would not consider refinancing their mortgage at a rate of 5%, while 29% said they would stop at a 4% rate. Now, we do have to remember that it's just not individuals looking for homes. We have individuals who currently already own homes and may want to pull money out for refinancing, whatever it may be, maybe fixing up the home or whatnot, but they're trying to refinance their home. And these individuals are saying, hey, at 5%, I would not consider it. What you have to remember with individuals who are refinancing, normally someone won't refinance if they bought their house a year ago. Normally they have some equity in there. So let's just say, we know last year we're at 3%. And we're almost at 6% now. I can be on the safe side to say most people probably are refinancing on the home more than 1 year ago. So if that's the case, I can safely say that their mortgage is probably somewhere in the 3% area. So these guys are saying at 5% they won't consider it. That's 2% more than their current interest rate. So I totally understand that. After that, it just drops further, and further. Most people will stop at 5%. They just won't do it. Because why would you give away one of the lowest interest rates? It is looking like, you know, in history, a time in history, right? Rather than go to a 5, 6, or 7% interest rate. That just doesn't make sense. You must need that money really, really bad. And then it shows how consumers are reacting to higher mortgage rates. Considering current mortgage rates have already exceeded 5% so far this year, Americans are losing their appetite for home shopping and mortgage borrowing. And we're starting to see this with banks like Chase, Citi, Bank of America, Wells. All of these guys are laying off mortgage originators. They're pulling back from their mortgage origination businesses because they understand that the higher interest rates will qualm individuals looking to buy homes. So they're pulling back and they're not going to spend all of their money with employees doing nothing in their eyes. So they are just going to, you know, pause on that for right now. They're pulling back on it. And the numbers don't lie when it comes to this, guys. It's saying most respondents, 34% say they have paused looking to buy a home due to a recent spike in mortgage rates. Another 32% say they stopped applying for a mortgage, and 12% halted refinancing. Now let's look at this. It says Americans say the spike of interest rates have paused them from looking to buy a home, 34%, applying for a mortgage, 32%, refinancing their mortgage, 12%, and then none of the above. Now, what can we get from this, guys? What is the real underlining, the thing that is not being said in this article that we're going over is that be ready, because when a consumer stops buying something, a consumer stops applying for financing for something, you can already know what's coming down the pipe, guys. You have to understand that if consumers, Americans, that love to buy and spend aren't buying things and they are pausing and saying, you know what, I'm going to rethink this and I'm not going to purchase, I'm not going to get involved in the home buying process. You have to know that a recession, a housing crash, it is on its way, guys. And one of the things that I really encourage everybody to do is go out and look for yourself to make sure, look at the numbers, look at the data. Just don't take my video as like the end all be all. Go out there and take a look at it if you are in the market to purchase a home and see what those interest rates are. See what's going on in your local area with price cuts and whatnot. And you will see, I promise you, you will go out there and you will see price cuts being had, and it's just not the right time to buy a home right now. It's better to sit on the sidelines and wait, because I can promise you guys, the 20% cut that you see was already a high price. It was already $100,000 overvalued, and they're cutting 20 to 30% off of the overvalued number, guys. Now, is that really a deal? I mean, to them it will be. That's the reason why they have no problem bringing it down that 20%. We have to wait, guys. Wait. That is the name of this game when it comes to this housing market. So I would tell you, wait it out. Wait to see what happens in your market. Wait for you to see some better signs, some more price cuts to bring something down. Stay on the sidelines and rent. Do what you have to do. Go ahead and save all of your money and just hold it and wait until the recession hits. Because in my prediction, there will be some deals, a lot of deals to be had, guys. So once again, this is not a doom and gloom video. This is information I want you to use for you and your family to better yourselves in this crazy housing market. But I'm gonna need you to watch this next video here. It's all about this crazy housing market. Get into your first rental. Check out my description in the bottom here. It has great useful links, getting free credit reports, and also joining our membership program. I will see you in the next one. Thanks.